I'm Jackie.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
I was trying to hide the fact that I've been sick, but
I know.
When I said my name, I'm like, oh my God, you sound awful.
You did not sound awful,
well,
but I heard it in your voice, and I was like, ooh, she's not going to like that just happened. Like, I didn't care, of course, but I'm like, ooh, she's not going to like that.
Yeah, no, and you are correct. I didn't like it, so
I know.
Whatever, I've been sick. Okay, witches get sick too.
Yes, everyone gets sick, and everyone has been getting sick. It's a thing.
Yes, and luckily, I haven't been like deathly ill or anything like that, but it's definitely just been like a head cold type of thing. And so anyway, it's still in my vocal cords. Feel it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I know, and I don't like it because I don't like you to not feel good. That's horrible.
I know. But I do feel better, and I'm okay.
And thankfully, January is like the longest month of time. So it's like you didn't even really waste any time. Like if you think about it that way, you wasted zero time. Like it's literally still we have like days of January left.
No, you're absolutely right.
So who cares?
The 5 days that I was sick was like 1 day.
Literally.
Because of how slow the month of January feels.
Like you weren't even sick until February. Like you wrapped it all up.
I'm going to be better well before February starts.
And there's like so many fun things in February. So you you're fine.
Thank you.
You're good.
Yeah, this month has been
awful.
Yes.
Not awful.
No, it's just been long.
Just long. Long and like cold.
Yeah.
And kind of, I know, and I keep saying, and they're like, you keep saying on every episode, and it's true, I do. Like, I keep saying, like, it's still winter, so just, like, let it be winter, and I'm annoyed at this point. I can admit that. I've been trying to tell myself that, but at this point, it's getting a little bit annoying.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm with you. I feel you. Mm-hmm. So, what do we need? We need a card pull.
Yeah, we do. So, I, had a deck I'm like, I think we should use. And then with this Leo moon energy.
Which I am really grateful for because I think it's kind of the only thing that's giving some pep to my step.
It's giving. And I have been really feeling it. So I was like, moon witch deck.
Yes. Oh, fantastic.
And you have to pull because you're a Leo.
Okay. Well,
I just made
if you say so.
I just made it up. Made it up.
You can do that.
Yep, I can. I'm allowed to. Mm-hmm. And the Leo moon tells me that I can.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Leo moon's like, get it, girl.
I can do whatever I want.
You can all do whatever you want.
Everybody can do whatever you want.
Yes.
Unless you're, harming someone.
Don't be like that.
Don't be like that.
No.
But, step into your spotlight.
Feel yourself.
Feel yourself. I love it. I'm here for it. This is so good. Let's see what we need to know.
Okay. I'm excited.
Why is this deck so great?
I love it. And I say it every time. I love how there's a white. And then the other side's black. It's like everything. It's so good.
It's very much our vibe.
It really is. Maybe that's why we love it so much. Ooh, waxing gibbous. Ooh. It is okay to change the direction.
I love that.
So the artwork here has a waxing gibbous moon, which is a phase of the moon.
Yes.
And there's a woman walking, and there's a signpost with 2 arrows, and they both say happy, and they're pointing in opposite directions.
This is really great. I mean, this is where we kind of just came from, so I feel like it's yes, see, you're, because we're now at it's not the full moon anymore, it just was, but.
No, but waxing gibbous is when it is going from less to more, right? It's getting close.
Yes.
The first quarter to the full moon.
Full moon,
right?
Yeah.
Whew, yeah, so that's what that means.
Gaining light. Yeah,
it's gaining light,
that's
correct.
where we just came from, but I feel like it's a good little, see, you're on the right path kind of thing.
And I really, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I really like that message of it's okay to change direction.
Yes, I love it.
Because sometimes, as a Leo, as a fixed sign, you can get very focused on, well, this is the thing, and this is how I have to do it, and this is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
And sure, you can, but sometimes it's not working that way, and you kind of just have to do something else, and you could still end up where you need to be.
100%, and that is very much the vibe right now, leading into, and we'll go into it with why though, but that's the vibe right now, and this sort of gaining light is also the vibe of everything we're talking about. So
totally. And can I just name drop our February energy report witching hour too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which we're going to be covering a lot of this. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, so watch that.
Yes.
Yes.
So, good card pull.
Amazing. Shall we why, though?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. No. I mean, yes.
You seem reticent.
Do I have a choice?
No.
This is...
We promised them this.
Well, yeah, and regardless of any of this, it's still Aquarius season no matter what I do.
Yeah.
So, just gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We said that last week. We were like, we have so much homework. And you were like, it feels like this. And you're like, because it's Aquarius season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So, we're just like fully in Aquarius season now. Meaning the sun is in Aquarius.
That's right.
But as they are in their orbits following... More planets are following into Aquarius.
They just keep adding.
They just keep coming in. And I'm like, can you not?
Isn't it so funny how, like, certain seasons were like, it just, the waves just keep crashing. Like, they keep coming. And then in other seasons, we're like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. We're like, just come into the orbit. Come into the orbit. But other seasons, we're like, really? Really another one? Like, you're just going to add to the energy? Cool. Awesome. Love that.
That's how I'm feeling about these. So what do we have on the docket here?
Well, I'll start with everyone's favorite and mine.
Yay!
On February 2nd, we have the last quarter moon, which, love a last quarter moon, and especially when it is in Scorpio.
Well,
okay. Yes, I love it and hate it. It's like it's a thing. Because, you know, it's deep, it's dark, it's emotional. It's like dredging up things because it wants you to get rid of all of that, you know.
Yeah, so that you can move on unencumbered.
Which is, you know, right around it. It can be a little rough to do. It might be a little emotional, but it's very important. And we need those little quarter stages. We need those little in-between stages. So we have an opportunity to kind of process that stuff on the 2nd, which is also a weird day.
Well, yeah, and we will talk more about that as well. But what a weird sign for the moon to be in on that day.
Isn't it weird? It like feels like it doesn't match.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But okay, so no, that's good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that we were talking about. On February 4th, Mercury's going into Aquarius.
Yeah.
And I know this is like, you know, the end of the week and right up until Monday is February 5th. But I just have to point out, because Pluto just went into Aquarius.
Yes.
And is at the very, very beginning degrees. As all of these planets come into Aquarius, they're going to be having a conjunction with Pluto right at the beginning. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God. Like, why, though?
He loves to do that.
Why, though?
He loves to do that. I feel like Pluto is like, ooh, I'm going to capture you and, like, make that happen. And then, all right, you're good. And then, like, ooh, I'm going to capture you and, like, make all this energy happen. And then, like, all right, proceed. And it's, like, so annoying.
Yeah, so Mercury going into Aquarius, as if that isn't weird enough.
I know.
We have this little weird conjunction happening. But anyway, Mercury in Aquarius.
Yeah.
What can we say about this?
Okay. Mercury in Aquarius is strange because Aquarians are brilliant thinkers. They are these like amazing humanitarian minded, you know, what's best for the world kind of thinkers. But the communication around that is not always the best.
It's very head in the clouds.
Yep. And Aquarius is also a fixed sign. So it's also a little bit stubborn and dogmatic in that way. And so it's one of those weird things where it's like it's supposed to be about everyone and it's supposed to be what's best for everyone, but it's so detached at the same time. So it's like, okay, well, all right.
Yeah, the message can be ungrounded.
Yeah.
And then the messaging can be like too philosophical, sort of convoluted.
Yeah, I'm seeing it like, I'm not going to name anything specific because I like don't want to get into any of these like topics at all, but I'm seeing little things pop up on social media recently where people are latching onto these sort of like grandiose kind of like what's best for the community like ideas and not seeing their own inherent like biases and like the ironies in what they're saying. And it's like, okay, wait, like you're talking about what's best for everyone and improving, but like look at how like navel-gazing you're being about it and how centered. And I'm seeing these little trends and I'm like, oof, we are like getting to Mercury in Aquarius. Like that is the vibe.
No, I think you're right. And I think, it's not all bad though, right?
Of course not.
Like what we can also see is sort of an expansiveness of ideas. Could definitely be, that's the other sort of ironic thing about Aquarius energy for Mercury is that Aquarius is not often that communicative.
Exactly.
And so there can be like a lot of these ideas and these intentions, but often like it's not just convoluted communication. Sometimes there's no communication. So, if things are getting kind of like gummied up or just kind of feeling a little bit, wonky, I think that could be why.
Yeah, that could be why. And like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to be negative, but...
Oh, right. That's it. What I was starting to say. And I just, So, no, I was going to say there could be a lot of great ideas that come out of it. But I think because Aquarius is not the most practical sign, it might be a stage for ideas. Almost like, I don't know. I always have these ideas like about what they do in business meetings. Yeah. Even though like I'm not in business, I don't know. Okay. I mean, I'm in business, but not in business anyways. I feel like in these meetings, they're like, we're just going to throw all the ideas on the board and then just like throwing magnets and sticking ideas. I don't know. Okay. Whatever.
They do that. I think they do that.
Right. They do that. They do that at Harvard MBA school, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably.
Anyway, so I feel like that's what it is. And then later on, you have to like actually sort through the ideas. Actually, are these good ideas? Are these practical ideas or not? And now maybe isn't the time to do that part. Now's the time to just throw everything at the
vision board.
Vision board, right.
They do that. Places do. I know that Disney does that. They call it blue sky meetings because like the sky's the limit. There is no limit. Yeah, they call it that. I don't know.
How do you know that?
I don't know. I learned it somewhere. I have no idea.
Wow.
But that's what they call it. And this is very like blue sky. It's all 100%. Just up there. Like, who knows, right? And then maybe some things will solidify, maybe some things won't. Who cares?
Okay. Yeah, who cares? Aquarius don't care.
They don't care.
Like, whatever.
They don't care. They don't care if you understand it or you don't.
No.
They're like, okay, well.
They don't care if they understand it or they don't.
They don't. And if you confront them about it, they'll be like, I never cared. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Anyway, have fun with that. Mercury going to Aquarius, everybody.
I like how you're like, have fun with that.
Yeah, we're not dealing with it. You have fun. No, we're all dealing with it. But I think that's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, that's enough for why, though. Honestly, that's enough.
That is why, though.
Okay. That's why, though. I'm good with it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I don't know. Your head in hand.
So it's because, so we have this big witch energy. I mean, we're supposed to have
I was
this big witch energy, right? For this episode. And we decided, whenever we decided, to do this episode on Imbolc.
Whenever we decided.
I don't know when it was, okay? It was a while ago. And like, what was Mercury in when we decided that? Like, what was the why, though, there? Anyways.
Who knows?
So, we decided to do it on Imbolc, which is one of the...
Sabbats.
One of the...
Sabbats.
Sabbats. I would say Sabbat, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
I think I say Sabbat most of the time.
Yeah. I don't like this one very much.
Yeah, it's a little... It's a little bit strange. I'm with you. I think that
you don't have to be.
No, I know that. I think, okay, little side note story time, but it helps make sense. And we've told this story before. I don't remember on what episode.
Okay.
But with the genesis of Dumb Witch Club was that we decided that we were going to sort of like mark the Sabbats throughout the year and we were going to like take them on and you were going to do some, I was going to do some and this kind of thing. And COVID was part of that. And so we had to do it from afar.
Yes.
Anyway, we told this story once time, but I had this one when we did it.
Yes. No, I know you did because I didn't have it.
Yeah, so since you didn't have it, I had it.
It was one or the other.
It's very logical.
Yes,
I had it. So I feel like I had to make it make sense a little bit. Like I had to derive meaning from it because why were we going to do it if it was so stupid? Like I needed, but I remember my initial impression of it going into it and being in charge of it was like, Like,
So this is a Sabbat or a holiday that takes place on February 1st or February 2nd.
Yeah, or like February 1st
or
to 2nd.
January 31st.
Yeah,
to the 1st. So, you can have it like a 3-day celebration, though I don't know why you would want to spend 3 days on this.
Don't do that.
Or you can just pick a day, whatever sort of resonates with you, which I do like. I like that as a
I like that too.
witchy angle.
I do too.
Whatever day out of these, and it could change from year to year, or you could sort of adopt a day that you care to do this on. It's the first Sabbat of the calendar year, but it's the last Sabbat of the witch's year. Which starts on the spring equinox, which is the following Sabbat. So it's kind of interesting placement in the year, too. I feel like it's just kind of, in the calendar, it's the first one.
Right.
But when we think in terms of, like, the astrological year or kind of the witch year, it's the last one. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the way that I approached it and got comfortable with it is a very similar reason to why I always like the first and last quarter moons. Because it's halfway to the halfway.
That's true.
And for me, I feel like when things are organized and chopped up that way and there's like reminders built into things, I do a lot better, especially during certain seasons. And I'm not a huge fan of winter. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I think like right after we like pop the champagne on the 31st, I'm like, okay, so like it's summer, right?
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Yeah, no, it drags.
Yes. And so
And not in a good way.
Not in a good way. And so I feel like I like this one in a way because a lot of the other ones are like these extreme points. Right? Or the equinoxes are like exactly in between, which I like that too. That's really nice. But also exactly in between feels a little long too. You know what I mean? So I like that this is chopped up even more.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little reminder that like, okay, like you're at the midway point to the midway point.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I mean, the point of there being these 8 Sabbats throughout the year is it marks the 2 equinoxes, the 2 solstices, and then in between each of those, there's one day, which is like the first of the month or 31st of the month, whatever's in between there.
Sure.
So, yes, I appreciate that it's there. It kind of helps you to mark time and to know. And I think one of the sort of symbolic meanings with Imbolc is that it is looking for early signs of spring.
Yes.
It is looking for early signs the light is returning because, as we know, at the winter solstice is when that is the shortest day of the year, which means after that, minutes get added to daylight, all the days. So now we're at the point where you kind of can tell when you go outside, you're like, oh, it's not dark,
Exactly.
So you can see the signs. It's getting there.
Yes.
There's some hope.
Yeah, there's some hope. Yeah, it's like gradually, like you're getting a little bit more light. And it's a nice little stopping point to be like, all right, we're moving, we're getting there. What do I really need to kind of get rid of?
Yes, I really like that this is often associated with purification.
Yes.
And that's like the word February, the origins of that word are in a word that means purification, which I think is really cool. And I really do take this time of year. It's like, I feel like it's like after the holidays.
Yes.
You get stuff. As much as you might not want a lot of stuff, you get stuff.
You do.
And you want to maybe get rid of stuff after you got new stuff, right? So I really like that aspect of it, too.
I know. I like that, too, because I feel like people have their certain times of year where they really like to purge things. And, like,
totally,
it feels natural to do that. And this time of year isn't as associated with that because it's kind of, like, homey, cold outside, wintry kind of thing. But I always feel a little bit of that urge, probably because I feel that way about winter, right? Like once December 31st is over, I'm like, okay, can we like move on to spring? So maybe that's the way that I want to be. Like, okay, I just want to move on. I like to put the holiday stuff away. I like to make sure it's a time where I'm checking, like, okay, now all of it needs to be gone. Like, if it's February and there's still Christmas decorations out or, like, things I haven't done anything with, they need to be gone at that point. And then it really does help me feel like, okay, that's officially over. I'm not dealing with that anymore. I am moving towards, like, you know, I like my brunches on patios and my mimosas outside.
Yeah, no, I know. It's
and I
better.
want them to happen.
I totally do too. But so I think that purification or spring cleaning, whether it's cleaning like scrubbing and cleaning or purging items, getting rid of things, cleansing. I think that is a way to sort of honor the energy of this time. So you can almost do that in a ritual fashion. You know, you can, with intention, like give away or sweep out, you know, like bitterness or resentment or anything you don't want to carry with you any further into this calendar year or bring with you into the spring new beginnings of the year when that, you know, is officially starting.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a head start on doing some of that stuff.
Yeah, and I like that you can, like, tailor it to what you want to get out of it, right? Like we always say, you do not have to celebrate these Sabbats or Sabbats or whatever you want to call them. You not have to. There's so many pronunciations for everything.
I know, and there's
even in Imbolc, they're like, it's actually a milk or a I'm like,
I know,
okay,
but I feel
know.
like that's like Irish, Celtic. Like I'm just speaking dumb old American English. Like,
and I'm probably gonna say it wrong anyway because Irish is like a very tough language, and everybody has an opinion on what the right translation is. It's wild. Like if you're ever actually trying to do it or like get a tattoo with it, just don't do it. It's crazy. People will argue. It's wild.
Yeah,
it's just crazy, but. Again, we're not saying you have to do any of these. If they don't resonate with you, it's not like you're not a witch if you don't do them. We've always said that.
Oh my gosh, that's so important to reiterate, though.
It is.
Because there are these Sabbats. I think it's nice to know about them, to be aware of them, at least.
Yes.
At least just so you don't look dumb if you're talking to another witch, right? You want to be like, wait, what's that? Like, you want to know, right?
Yeah, you want to know.
Want to know. But you do not have to commemorate this in any way. I think the other thing with Imbolc is that it's tied to this figure, this goddess, and also a Catholic saint. It's all very convoluted. Named Bridget or Brigide, however you want to say it, or Brigid. There's a million ways to say that too.
See?
But even the identity of that person who wasn't actually a person, but it was a goddess, but there could have been like multiple goddesses with the same name or you know, and then like it became a Catholic saint. But this isn't Catholic, but then St. Bridget's Day is on February 1st in the Catholic. Anyway, it's all over the place.
It is all over the place, and I can totally understand if you're just like, what? I don't need this. Like, I get it. You don't need it.
You don't.
But here's the thing is that it's a thing. If you like the thing, you like the thing. If you don't, it matches up with other stuff going on.
Correct.
Like we mentioned in Why, though, the last quarter moon is on... Basically, because, you know, this is kind of like February 1st to sundown February 2nd, traditionally. So, the last quarter moon is on the day in Scorpio. I just said that's about, like, getting rid and, you know, unpacking, whatever. You can just embrace that part of it. You don't need to worry about the saint or not saint or... whatever. If you love her, then I love that for you.
Yes, and if you like adhere to that or resonate with like that goddess or that you know, cultural representation, whatever it is, by all means, also educate us. Tell us if you know stuff that we don't know. Please let us know. But you don't have to create like some big, huge celebration around this if it doesn't resonate with you that much.
Yes, and it can be like Jackie mentioned in the beginning. Any day around this that resonates for you.
Totally.
Perhaps on this day, you know, you really love Groundhog Day. You don't want to combine them. You're like, that is a specific.
Nobody out there is like, wait, don't tread on my Groundhog Day. Okay?
Maybe Punxsutawney Phil feels that way.
Yeah, he doesn't. Because he's a groundhog, okay?
Oops, I said his name I wasn't supposed to.
He doesn't
told me to
have
never
feelings.
say that.
I know, and as you were saying it, I was dissociated completely. So
I won't repeat it.
Didn't hear it.
Well, I don't know. Let's not tread on people's beliefs. Some people might really prescribe to this sort of rodent religion. And I cannot be the person that's going to poo-poo a religion based on a groundhog. I cannot do it. I will not do it.
I would support a capybara religion.
Oh, that's so cute.
But not a groundhog religion.
Well,
that's just me.
Yeah, that's okay too.
You don't need my support. You do it.
Yes.
Without my support.
Yes.
That's
and
fine.
just do Imbolc or do whatever on a different day if you need to. I don't know.
I hate you.
I know. I knew she was going to hate me. I thought about this and I was like, ooh, she's really going to hate that. But I'm going to say it because it's funny.
Yeah, it's okay. It is funny. Maybe that's also why I just can't get my head around this.
It's 100% why. I already knew that.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, she hates it because of Groundhog Day.
I hate Groundhog Day. Just for the record, in case anyone's confused by this.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate it.
Do you hate the movie? You hate the movie?
I do not like that movie.
Yeah, I didn't think you liked that movie.
And I hate that everybody loves that movie.
Everyone loves... Well, not everyone.
Not everyone. I don't, clearly.
I don't think it's people's favorite Bill Murray movie, but I think people
If it is, have you seen any other literally any other Bill Murray
Oh,
movies?
yeah. There are way better ones.
Oh, so
There's just a couple... I like when he puts the toaster in the bathtub, but that's pretty much the only scene that I appreciate.
Anyways, okay, what else in bulk? Okay, here's another... I'm changing the subject. Well, not really.
I noticed.
There's this other really convoluted and annoying part of Imbolc to me.
Yeah.
Is that it's like sometimes people want to try to call it like candle moss.
Oh, yeah, candle moss is like a thing.
I know, but I don't think it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. It's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
There's so many things around this time.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not trying to, like, step on what you're doing. Candle moss is, like, a completely different thing. And to be honest, I don't know a whole lot about it. And I probably should have read a little bit
I tried
more.
to, and it was hard to find a lot of information on it, honestly.
It's something about, like, they wear... That part I liked. Like, because I love... a headwear moment. Okay.
Yeah.
They wear sort of like a crown and it has like candles.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
It's like a Nordic tradition.
Yeah. And they walk, there's a procession.
Yes.
Love a procession.
I'm pretty sure virgins were involved, you know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they typically are.
Yeah.
So that kind of X's us out, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
Not
my fault.
That could be like a cool vibe.
Yeah, so I think there is a lot of fire associated with a lot of the Sabbats, and including this one.
Yeah.
And I love a candle moment.
I love a candle moment.
So I just feel like if the only way that you feel like honoring any of this is maybe to like light a few more candles than usual that night. And just be like, here, this is it. And just have a little moment. I think that's lovely.
I think that's lovely.
That's all that I'm going to do.
If you want to design like a whole like drag look around this candle moss thing and wear a crown of... I mean, that's really cool.
Yes. If I knew how to do that, or if I was like the person to do that, I would do that.
That's rad. I would like to see that.
I would love to see that.
Point us in that direction if that exists.
Yeah, definitely.
It probably doesn't.
Well, it should.
But it should. That would make this more legitimate for me.
I agree. I feel like it's not that legit. That's kind of the problem.
And that's totally fine. And here's the thing. There's going to be people that are mad about that. Like, there's people that are always mad about that. You're probably all aware who are listening and watching this. Like, people are mad about everything. Like, you don't respect it enough, or you respect it too much, or I don't know. You can never win. So you're never going to win at this. So just do what makes you happy. And if you think it's all stupid, then that's fine. Yeah. And if you like it, then I love that for you.
Yeah, and if you do like it, I would really love to learn more about it. Maybe I could like it more too.
Yeah, we have changed our minds on occasion.
Rarely, but
sometimes.
We're open.
But not to groundhogs. Don't say anything about them. She'll get really mad.
Okay, I don't even know if that was big witch energy, but I'm done with it.
Whatever. I think it was. You know why? I think it was. Because, I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that we just empowered everyone that they don't have to care if they don't want to care. And they can care if they want to care. And that we're going to accept them either way. And maybe that's the only time they've heard this message so far this calendar year. And if it is, then we did an amazing thing, because we're telling you that you are perfect just the way you are. Do whatever you want. Light your fucking candle or don't.
Yeah.
I think that's good. That's right.
Now that was big witch energy.
That was Leo moon. It's really impacting me. Okay.
I'm ready.
Spell of the week. You're ready?
For spell of the week.
Okay. All right. I think this is a good one, okay?
Song!
Spell of the week. Sorry.
Love. Thank you.
Song. Perform.
Do it! Sing!
Make a bicycle for me, clown.
Start whipping you. Anyways.
I know.
Okay, that's different. Anyways. No.
That's coming in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that actually is.
So just stay tuned for that.
Okay. Spell of the week.
Everyone's
Go.
freaking out. Okay. This spell of the week is The Light is Coming. And it is it's a fire spell. And it's brought to us by Tool.
Nice.
So, whatever. And the quote is, and in my darkest moment, the moon tells me a secret, a confidant, as full and bright as I am.
Those boys.
I know.
You think they're out there being badasses, and then look at that poetry.
Yeah, the rest of the lyrics are a little different, but, we're going to go with that.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we love a Tool moment, so brought to us by Tool. So, okay, here's the spell. And it's a little bit more of kind of a ritual than a spell.
Okay.
Like a fire ritual. So,
I love this.
you're going to need a candle. You're going to need a flame. The easiest way is probably a candle. But if you want to do a fire, if it's a bonfire, if it's a fire in your fireplace, any fire will work. In fact, if it's bigger, that's kind of more metal and sort of goes along with Tool a little bit more, but you can do it with the candle, that's fine. Okay, and you need something to write with and something to write on. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have your source of fire, and we're going to do some fire scrying.
Ooh.
Yeah, people are curious about scrying, so I thought I would bring it up. And maybe we'll go into more detail if people are really curious, but we're going to try, okay? So you're going to have that candle. You're going to just sit, and you're going to take some time, as much time as you need, and you're just going to watch the flame or the flames. You're just going to watch them. You're just going to observe, okay? And then I really want you to focus on your breathing. And you don't have to do anything particular with your breathing. I just want you to kind of get into a zone, get into a rhythm with your breathing. Breathe deeply.
Yes.
And then you're going to focus your vision. You're going to kind of shift that focus to the center of the flame or sort of the center core of the fire that you're watching. And don't worry too much about like staring super hard at it. I think that's what people like do, and that's a little bit of like the mistake they make is they're just like so intently staring. Don't stare. Just let your eyes soft eyes. Let them focus. Think about those seeing eye posters or those seeing eye books. And I know people get really frustrated because they can't see what's in them, but the minute you let go of the control, that's when you see it, right? So that's what I want you to think of, right? Just soften and let it come to you and just sort of narrow your focus. And then what I want you to do is start drawing the energy of that flame and that fire into you. Just start drawing it in, pulling it in. Feel the power of the fire. Fire is so powerful. It can destroy, it can heal, it can do all kinds of things. So just do that and let the thoughts come. Let it come. Watch the light flicker. See if you're seeing pictures in front of your eyes. Maybe you're seeing pictures in your mind's eye. Maybe you're actually seeing pictures in the flames. Who knows? Maybe patterns, maybe shapes. Anything that's coming up, just write everything down. Kind of free association, even if it doesn't make sense. And you're like, where did that come from? Just write it. Write it all down. Do it for as long as you kind of feel comfortable. Once you start getting kind of fidgety, you're probably done. And then just kind of wrap it up, write down any last things and then put that away. And then I want you to kind of revisit it over the next few days, few weeks and kind of see if any of those symbols or things are coming up for you. Maybe you see them in other places. Maybe somebody mentioned something to you and it reminds you of something you saw in the fire. It's a good way to kind of start that scrying thing and see how you do.
I love this. I love it. And it really is so powerful, if you have a bigger fire that you can work with.
It is.
You can still work with a candle. But even times when, if you've just been at a bonfire or, how people have those fire pits or, even, hotels have, fire pits outside now.
Yes.
Good point. And maybe you're not even in like a witchy mindset or like a scrying mindset, it's just cool to look at a fire. Like, it's amazing. And it does something to your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Like something like primal.
It does. It's cool. Captivating. And you notice like when you're with other people in that situation.
Yes, it creates
It does. There's an energy. And the conversations that arise out of that, like there's a reason why people tell stories around a campfire. Like things come up like that. Because there's something primal about it. So
totally. No, and I think it is a powerful tool, and you kind of have to learn how to use it. Not that much might come out of this the first time you do it.
Yeah, probably not.
But if you give it a try again, you kind of start to hone, and then your energy, the universe sees what you're trying to do. So I think that's really powerful. So super cool. I love it. And it has to be powerful if it's coming from Tool. So
that's right.
All right. I think that wraps up all of our episode today.
I agree. I think so. That was good.
So until next time,
stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.
Dumb Witch Club is written and produced by us, Ashley Sidner.
And Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer. Creative Director and Culture Consultant, Violet Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. And look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.